This is the Angel Connect podcast series, episode number 8, an interview with Mihesh continuing the discussion on mentorships. In this brief episode, Paul Martin interviews Mihesh at the TiECon South Conference, and he discusses mentorship again, carrying on the conversation with several angel investor professionals. And what Mihesh does is he discusses the aspects of angel investment. Number 1, the economic gains. Number 2, mentoring another person to help that entrepreneur succeed with guidance. And number 3, should be money-making. It should be fun, and you should be able to do good. Also, he describes how you should give advice without being attached to the results. So with a deep discussion, Paul Martin then takes it the next step level about doing good for others. Anyway, let's listen in to this brief discussion with Mihesh from Paul Martin, continuing our discussion on mentorship.
This is Hall T. Martin of Angel Connect with TiECon South 2014. I'm here with Mihesh. Mihesh, can you tell us a little bit more about your experience with angel investing and the purpose of mentorship in that?
A lot of the investment, there's one aspect of investment that we're all familiar with, which is purely for economic gains. Angel investing brings a layer of the social consciousness or social benefit that allows you to mentor another professional or entrepreneur and give them the perspective to help them to succeed. Failures is what congeals or makes an entrepreneur or breaks an entrepreneur. And the advantage of mentoring somebody else is the ability to give them that guidance, whether when they fail, it's not a question of if, but when they fail, then you are there to guide them and mentor them through the process. And incidentally, if they happen to be successful, you also make some money, which gives you the additional satisfaction of having helped somebody.
Someone said that in angel investing, the goal is to have a little fun, make a little money, and do a little good. Do you agree with that?
Yeah, absolutely. I think, when we talk about Maslow's hierarchy of needs, when you have the basic needs of, food, shelter, and clothing met, human beings always look for something to belong to, and angel investing just kind of appeals to that side of, our human beings, which is the idea of going out there and helping somebody and making them feel belong, a part of a community of successful entrepreneurs, or the ability to ping into a network of similar-minded people who are all dedicated to creating something which they feel is going to make a difference to the society. So I think it helps everybody.
And what's your advice about mentorship to those who are doing angel investing? What role should it play in their role in the society and role as an angel investor?
I think it's almost it's an obligation. Mentoring is not a lot of people. You're not doing a favor to anybody. I think it's as responsible citizens or as responsible executives, we have the ability to give back. And what we're doing by giving back is by really leaving a legacy for yourself. And it's what the knowledge that we have, we're all in the knowledge environment, so to speak. The knowledge that we have is only good enough when you share it, right? Nobody's going to benefit from it if you don't share it. And angel investing gives the opportunity of doing, like I said, the economic aspect as well as the sharing of your knowledge aspect, which I think is really important and makes what the society really hum.
And how does an angel investor select someone to mentor? What's the right approach? There's more entrepreneurs than there are mentors, and one has to choose. How does one do that?
Well, it really depends on how you connect with the person, right? I mean, it might be that, it might be a fantastic idea and you invest in the venture, but there's still not that connect, to the CEO or where you feel that person is a good candidate for being mentoring, or they don't seek you out, then you shouldn't. My dad used to tell me that it's impossible to change people after they're 5 years old. You pretty much have formed your personality by the time you're 5. So I think mentoring is like a give and take thing. It's bilateral. It's iterative. It's not. It cannot be one-sided. So I think that kind of gives you some perspective.
Well, great. What about someone that doesn't take your advice? What do you do then?
you do the best you can. You give them advice, and the idea about the concept of giving advice is you give advice without being attached to the results. You give advice because you think it's the right advice to give, but you leave it to the other person to have the good judgment to decide what to do or what not to do.
Very good, very good. Any closing thoughts you want to share with other people about mentorship or angel investing?
When I had the good fortune of having good mentors throughout my career, and it's about 20 years ago, one of my mentors said, Mihesh, it's time to have you start giving back. And I really had never thought about it that way, before then. And then it triggered, some kind of, synapse in my brain, and I said, this is really the time for me to do that. And I've been doing that ever since. And I really enjoy the process. It made me grow. I think it made me smarter too, because you learn so much from the people you mentor, and it also made me a better person.
Well, thank you so much for being on Angel Connect. Thank you.
Thank you.